All right, today we're going to do something a little different. We're going to deconstruct a single web page for a product called Vitiligo Miracle. Now, we're not here to talk about whether the product works or not. Instead, we're going to put on our detective hats and really dig into how this page talks to you, using language and design to send a message. Let's jump in.
So this is the very first thing that hits you when you land on the page. It's the big, bold headline, and man, is it designed to grab your attention. It's this really powerful personal statement, right? So let's tear it apart and see what makes it tick.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the language here. Because every single word in a headline like this, it's chosen for a reason. It's meant to spark a specific feeling, hope, curiosity, maybe even a little bit of, I need this now.
I mean, just look at this one word, healed. Think about that. It's not managed or improved or treated. Nope, healed. That word promises something final, something complete. It sets up this huge expectation for a total, permanent fix. And if you're dealing with a chronic condition, well, that's an incredibly powerful promise.
And then right after that, you get this phrase, secret, real cause. This is where it gets interesting. This kind of language, it makes you feel like you're about to be let in on something exclusive, right? It hints that everything you thought you knew is wrong. And this page has the hidden truth.
And to top it all off, it hits you with this little hint in parentheses, hint, it's not melanin. This is such a classic move. By telling you that the common knowledge is actually wrong, it makes you lean in. It piques your curiosity and makes you way more open to hearing this supposed secret they're about to share.
Okay, so they've made this massive promise. But what are they actually selling? What's the solution? Let's take a look at the few, and I do mean few, concrete details the page gives us. The product's name is just Vitiligo Miracle. I mean, the name itself keeps that promise going, doesn't it? It's not just a treatment, it's a miracle. But here's the thing, beyond the name, the page is super vague. Is it a cream, a book, a special diet? You're kind of just left scratching your head.
Pretty much the only other hard number you're going to find on this page is the price, $37. And notice how specific that is. It's not 40, it's not 35, it's 37. And it's sitting right there next to the add to cart button. It's like they're trying to take this big abstract idea of a miracle and pin it to something real, something you can actually buy.
All right, now for my favorite part. Let's scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page. This is where you find the fine print. The stuff that's easy to ignore, but it's where you find the really important context for all those big claims they made at the top.
And yep, there they are, the usual suspects. Terms of use, privacy policy, all that stuff. But the one we're really interested in for this breakdown, that disclaimer link. Let's see what's hiding in there.
Okay, here it is. This is a big one. It says, statements on this website have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. Now, you see this a lot with supplements and things like that, but what does it actually mean? Well, an FDA evaluation is this super rigorous scientific process to check if a product is safe and if it actually does what it says it does. So this little sentence is basically saying that all those big promises we saw, they haven't been put through that kind of scientific test.
So this is where it all comes together. It's like you have two completely different stories on one page. At the top, you've got this huge promise, healed my severe vitiligo. But then, way down here at the bottom, you have this legal disclaimer saying the product is not meant to cure any disease. I mean, that's a direct contradiction, isn't it? Understanding that gap right there is the key to seeing what this page is really doing.
The page also mentions that ClickBank is the retailer, and it's important to understand what that means. ClickBank is basically a huge online marketplace. They're the ones who process the payment. But the fine print is very clear. Just because they're selling it, that does not constitute an endorsement, approval, or review of what the product claims. In other words, they're just handling the money, they're not vouching for the miracle.
All right, so we've looked at what the page shouts from the rooftops, and we've looked at what it whispers in the fine print. But you know what's just as important? What the page doesn't say at all. Sometimes what's missing tells you the most.
And this is almost too perfect. Where there was supposed to be a video explaining everything, our source just has this error message. It's a literal unknown error. And in a way, that's kind of a perfect metaphor for the whole page, isn't it? The main explanation is literally broken.
So let's just run down the list of what we're missing. After all that buildup about a secret, real cause, the page never actually tells you what it is. It never explains what the Vitiligo Miracle product even is. A cream, a pill, a guide, who knows? It doesn't tell you how it's supposed to work. We have no idea who is behind it,
And there are no testimonials, no before and after pictures, no evidence whatsoever to back up that massive claim from the headline.
And that really brings us to the big takeaway here. This whole exercise wasn't just about this one webpage. It's about learning to look at information in a new way. So the next time you see something online that presents a huge problem in a super simple solution, just ask yourself this: what can I learn from the parts they decided to leave out? It's a simple question, but man, it's a powerful one. Thanks for digging into this with me.